Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Next, double honors to the elder apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad, and for those that are searching out their salvation with fear and trembling. This is also to the speckled bird that are amongst the heathen that look like those heathen. This is not a black thing. All right, this is our bloodline. It's our ethnicity. It's our lineage. It's our race. It's our culture, and it's our heritage. Okay. But without further ado, so this is a video that's going around right now, talking about basically that Trump will be invoking the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. All right, and this young lady, obviously fearful. She's scared. She's freaking out like the most of the people are going to. Fearfulness is going to surprise the hypocrites, okay? But we're going to play a little bit of this so that way, you can get a grasp of what's going on right now. And then we'll get a couple of scriptures, Lord will, and then, make it quick. All right? So without further ado, obviously, you see this is, I had shared this from the brother Arrows of Indignation 144. All right, hit the like button to that brother and subscribe. He's edifying, But once again, without further ado, here we go.
Watched Donald Trump's Aurora, Colorado rally earlier, and there's something that we need to talk about that I don't see anybody talking about. In that rally, he mentioned that he is going to immediately invoke the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. Now, that's the first type of policy I have ever heard come from that man. So I'm thinking, okay, what's this? The 1798 Alien Enemies Act, is mass deportation. But not how you think. It's actually very scary now to think about. Y'all, if you look into articles and read up on this law, because I had to, I never heard of it. 1798 Alien Enemies Act. This is a law. This is a law that
Salakia, I should have pulled this up already, but let's go ahead and let's get that really quick. The 1798 Alien Enemies Act, all right? And let's just go ahead and just get an article real quick, something that we can read real fast to, yeah, I know I did touch on it before. Here we go. So, Brennan Center for Justice. All right, we're going to click on this one here. Salakia. All right, so it reads, the Alien Enemies Act explained, okay? It says, this detention and deportation power possesses an alarming risk of abuse and rights violations in both wartime and peacetime. There's no such thing as peacetime, not here on this earth, all right? The earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, all right? It says, what is the Alien Enemies Act? It reads, the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 is a wartime authority that allows the president to detain or deport the natives and citizens of an enemy nation. All right. The law permits the president to target these immigrants without a hearing and based only on their country of birth or citizenship. Although the law was enacted to prevent foreign espionage and sabotage in wartime, it can be and has been wielded against immigrants who have done nothing wrong, have evinced no signs of disloyalty, and are lawfully present in the United States. It is an overbroad Salakia. It is an overbroad authority that may violate constitutional rights in wartime and is subject to abuse in peacetime. All right, and your constitutional rights, as you can tell, they're diminishing by the day. They're making legislations and all kinds of things in order to get around this. All right. The elder Malcolm was had gone through a case and they wouldn't even give him a ruling, based upon the fact that they got beat at their own game, man. And this is what they do. They move the goalpost. If you begin to start to beat them, they change legislation behind your back, you know. It says that they work it on their beds, right? You know, because it's in the power of their hands. You know, the crafty counsels of the wicked, you know. And that's what they are. But anyway, back to it. It says, has the Alien Enemies Act been used in the past? It reads, the Alien Enemies Act has been invoked 3 times, each time during a major conflict. There you go. There's a red flag right there. All right, that's a red flag. It says 3 times, and each time was during a major conflict. What kind of conflicts are we talking about? The War of 1812, the World War I, and World War II. All right, that means it's third woe. All right. In World Wars I and II, the law was a key authority behind detentions, expulsions, and restrictions targeting German, Austro-Hungarian, Japanese, and Italian immigrants based solely on their ancestry. The law is best known for its role in Japanese internment, a shameful part of U.S. history for which Congress, presidents, and the courts have apologized. And that's baloney, man. There is no peace, man. This devil, get out of here, man. No, you're no. You got a different way for you to apologize, bro. And that's going to be for you to lay it down and put your blood back down on the ground, you know? Because that's the only way the land is going to be cleansed, man. Under what conditions can the president invoke the Alien Enemies Act? The president may invoke the Alien Enemies Act in time of declared war, or when a foreign government threatens or undertakes an invasion or predatory incursion against U.S. territory. So the Constitution gives Congress, you can read the rest, you know, for your edification, but there you go, all right? It says invasion or predatory incursion against the U.S. territory. No, there was a word there. Declared war, or when a foreign government threatens or undertakes an invasion. All right, invasion. That's a key word right there, invasion. All right. Now let's get back to what she's talking about. Now that we know what this is about,
has been described as, when invoked, it is an egregious abuse of power. It can be invoked during wartime, which mainly it has been, but it also could be invoked during peacetime. Now, what this act does is it's not just mass deportation or incarceration of people that are undocumented, or in their words, illegal aliens. Y'all, this is internment camps. This is the law that justified what the United States did to many marginalized groups, but one of the most famous things during World War II was use it against Japanese people. Here's the scary part, is it wasn't just Japanese people that just came over here. It was Japanese people waiting for their citizenship, Japanese people that had become citizens, had families, which means Japanese American people that were born here, but of Japanese descent, got rounded up and put into internment camps. And in this law, where a lot of people, if you read on it, that think that this law should just straight up be gone, is because you can be a citizen.
All right, so I encourage you to go on ahead and get the rest of this in your own time, and hear the rest of what she's got to say about this. But obviously, she's just scared. She's definitely scared. You can see that she's fearful. Let's get a couple scriptures. All right, so let's go to let's go to Psalms, the 55th chapter right here, and the 20th and the 21st verse. And it reads, He hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war is in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And that's what's going on, man. You know, the devil, he does not rest, okay? You know, he was given power to take peace away from the earth, all right? And this is what he's been doing. He's been ruining the earth ever since the beginning of his rulership, all right? That's why we need our Lord to come back. But you know, with that point, you know, they lie. This is reminding me of the Indian. Here, let's look at this, because you see this is nothing new. This has been going on. This is, you know, what is it called? The Indian Removal Act. You know, look at this. Let's read this real quick, you know, just to, you know, line something up with what's happening right now. This is nothing new. All right. It says the Indian Removal Act of 1830 was a law that allowed President Andrew Jackson to negotiate treaties with Native American tribes to relocate them from their homelands in existing states to unsettled land west of the Mississippi River. You know, this is what they do, you know. Now, let's hold on, Slovakia. You know, there was something that I saw before. I don't know how it's worded, but either way, you know, what they do is, all right, is they do everything, because the earth is given into their hand, all right? They forcibly moved, you know. They make it seem as if like they did something good for you, but at the same time they don't. This is not anything good. And that's the whole point, you know. Look at how this is worded, but really what they did was they took you, they removed your landmark, all right, which is one of the things that you are definitely not supposed to do, all right. They oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage, bro. All right. So yeah, man. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get back to this, all right? So the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart, man. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. And that's how the devil gets down, you know. The Lord, there's no peace, all right? The Lord has even sworn that, all right? In Exodus, the 17th chapter and the 16th verse, it reads, for he said, because the Lord hath sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generation, all right? And it's going to continue to be like that until they're Obadiah, all right? So there is no peace. This devil's not sent down here for peace, all right? Now they're talking about these detention centers. Well, the Lord warned us, you know, we're warned of these things. In the book of Revelation, the 2nd chapter, all right, and the 10th verse, it says right here, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. All right? So, you know, and all these things, we're just prepping ourselves, all right? Trying to think here. Yeah, so, you know, actually the Relocation Act, it was 1956. Hold on. It was 1956. Indian Relocation Act of 1956, also known as Public Law 958, the Adult Vocational Training Program, was a law that encouraged, all right? They didn't do no encouraging. They came over there and they forcefully forced them, all right? Encouraged Native Americans to leave their reservations and move to cities for job training and employment opportunities, bro. You hear that? This is how the devil gets down. You hear that, man? And that's not the truth, man. Because the truth is what they did was any Relocation Act, Slovakia. I'm trying to find what I had read from before in the Termination Act. I'm not all right. I'm not going to run this down right now, but basically, you know, look, man, the devil's back at it, all right? He's up to his old tricks again, all right? Daniel, the 8th chapter. Let's go over here to Daniel, the 8th chapter. Oops. Daniel, the 8th chapter. All right, and this is dealing with obviously old time, but this is Antiochus Epiphanes. All right, but at the same time, there's no new thing under the sun. All right, these things are coming back around. They're circling back around as America's circling the drain. All right, imagine that. All right, it reads. All right, Daniel the 8th chapter, the 25th verse, and it reads. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And I just want to concentrate on that first, on the first portion here. It says, and through his policy. And that's what they do. They change their laws of legislation and everything else, and they work evil upon their beds, man. They can't even get any sleep unless they cause some to fall. All right. Here, let's go to the blue letter. All right. All right. Let's go to the blue letter. Daniel, the 8th chapter, and the 25th verse right here. Let's go to the interlinear. All right. And let's look up a couple of words real quick. All right. It says, and through his policy he shall cause craft to prosper in his hands. We want to look at this word policy and craft. So policy, what is that? It says shekel, all right? And it says prudence, insight, understanding, prudence, good sense, no, insight, understanding, cunning, craft in a bad sense, okay? Cunning and craft in a bad sense, all right? So that's what we're looking at, cunning and craft. So it says, and through his, basically his policy, it should be saying, and through his cunning and craft, all right, in a bad sense, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. What is this word craft? Okay, let's get it. Deceit and treachery. Okay, deceit and treachery, man. Treachery. Chury, I believe it is. Whoops, hold on. All right. Of course, as soon as you start to do a lesson, this is when it all happens. All right. Treachery. All right. It says betrayal of trust, deceptive action or nature, a deceptive action or nature, and this is what the devil is. This is how he gets down, man. He hides. All right. He comes crouching, and what does it say? Even though he humble himself, and come a crouching. Slovakia. Let me look that one up real quick. Though he humble himself. All right. Ecclesiasticus. Slovakia. 12. Was that 12 and 1? No. 12 and 11. Okay. All right. Right here. The friend cannot be known, and prosperity of a man, enemies will be. Okay, I'm going to start at verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed, and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. All right, set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words, and be pricked therewith. All right, so this is what they do with their counsels. This is how they look to cast down the people. All right, they tell you that this is good for you. You're over here voting for a king of Babylon, and by all means shouldn't be. And then you end up getting poked, man. I mean, like, let's just call it what it is. You people don't understand what you're the certain of the masses out there. They're gonna get snared, just like this young lady right here, man. And
of the United States.
you know, like I said, check this out, you know, for yourself.
But we'll keep saying, oh, he's gonna be
tough. She got to talking about a certain thing
on the border,
and look at her eyes, man. She's crying.
If you're not this, baby, it ain't just the border.
Yeah, so when you saw her eyes, man, she's reddened up in her eyes and she's crying, you know. And I'm sure she's one of the ones that's trying to, you know, vote and everything else. But anyway, you know, I'm going ahead and just get it to the point. You know, that's really what it is, you know. So, you know, one last thing, you know, this is ultimately the will of the Lord, you know, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You can't give these devils credit for this because this is the Lord, all right? This is the book of Proverbs, the 21st chapter, and the first verse. And it reads, "The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, as the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will." All right, so you can't be giving these devils the real credit, because really the credit goes to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He's using this devil as a tool in order to eradicate the undesirables, man. And he's putting fearfulness. It says that, all right, the time is coming where all will be tested. As a snare, there's so many I'm thinking of right now. There's only one in particular that I wanted to get. Whoops. Yeah. So I should know exactly where this is at. This is 3 and 10. Okay, gotcha. It's the book of Revelation 3 and 10. We'll go ahead and shut it down. All right. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." All right. "Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown." All right. And that's the main point right now. So just stay dialed in, you know, continue to watch and pray, and you know, and yeah, just watch and pray, read, you know, and definitely, you know, take care of yourself. You know, a righteous man falleth 7 times, but he knows how to get back up. All right. Just just stay in the path as much as possible. All right, because the time is near. The end of all things is at hand. All right, so watch into prayer. Actually, as a matter of fact, fine, we'll end on that one. All right, that's Luke. Is that Luke 2? Hold on. Oops, Salakia. Let's grab this last one and we'll go ahead and shut this down. End of all things at hand. All right, it's 21, I bet. No, it's not 1 Peter. End of all things. Oh, sorry. Things is at hand. What? Oh, okay. Salakia. Okay, I'm tripping. 1 Peter 4 and 7. Salakia. 1 Peter 4 and 7. Yep. There we go. All right. This is 1 Peter, the 4th chapter and the 7th verse. And it reads, all right, "But the end of all things is at hand. Be therefore sober and watch unto prayer." All right. So with that, hopefully this was spiritually edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Next, double honors to the elder apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect that are scattered abroad, and for those that are searching out their salvation with fear and trembling before the names of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Yes, this is also to the speckled bird that are amongst the heathen that look like those heathen. This is not a black thing. This is our bloodline. It's our ethnicity. It's a lineage. It's a race. It's a culture. It's a heritage. All right? Stay prayed up. Abaratazah. Shalom.